Doobie doobie doo. Oh, the lovely coughing. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to get my tripod set up. So bear with me just a moment. I'm dropping stuff. How are you all doing? Ooh. Oh, good grief. Am I okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. I just look a little tired. It's been a few tiring days. Let me get my speakers up. So I have my tripod. Hey, TJ, I have my tripod, but I know for a fact it's going to start sliding around and everything real redonkulously, and I just don't feel like battling with it. Hello, everybody. Hello. Literally just walked into my dorm from the pouring down rain. I'm glad you're dry now. Hi, Brianna. Let's see. So where's everyone checking in from? You know we almost always ask. Doobie doobie doo. I'm trying to fix this. Hi, Lake Lauren. It hurt my back at work, so home on drugs. Nice timing for your Periscope. Oh, I'm so sad that you're not feeling good. Ugh. Hey, Boston. Hi, Boston. Ashley, hi from, that's what, Kentucky? Yeah, Wisconsin, Memphis, Tennessee, the University of Memphis. Cool. Virginia, that's what's up. Y'all know I'm sitting here in Houston, Texas, fighting with this tripod. We gonna deal with that later. All right. So now it's today, better known as Girls' Generation. Now, some of you, you know, Perth as usual, you all just got 7. Okay, so some of you might not be big on girl groups, or you might know a little bit about girl groups. Hey, Ashley, I've been so busy with school that I've missed so many of your live streams. Oh, well, I'm glad you can catch this one. So again, some of you might not be big on girl groups, and some of you might know a little bit about girl groups and kind of know about Girls' Generation. From a statistical standpoint, they're legendary. They've been active since 2007, so they recently observed their 10-year anniversary. Their debut was in July of 2007, so it'll be a lot of festivities this summer, I'm certain, and hopefully a 10-year anniversary comeback. Hello. So yeah, the girls are legendary. They initially started with 9 members, and of course, back in 2005, 2004, 5, within the past 3 years, they lost a member. I know a lot about Tonight's Today, but for some reason I have to think of myself as Son. Don't know why. Well, I mean, if you think of yourself as a Soné or Son, however you want to pronounce it. Most people see it with the S at the end and think that the fandom's name is Sons, but it's really not. It doesn't have the S on the end. That's just referring to them as a collective. When the Wi-Fi cuts out during the lesson, oh Lord, y'all are just getting acclimated. Everybody's like popping in. It's been so long since we've done a live stream. I almost feel off my game. I was in middle school when I heard G for the first time. Oh, now everyone is sharing. So, yes, the girls are on SM Entertainment. They came out in 2007. July was their debut month. I'm finally seeing you live. Oh, hello. And they've had a lot of hits. The easiest way to surmise their sound, their initially was bubblegum pop, and they've evolved into electro pop over the years. Their second album was a really big deal for them, and I'll clarify some things because some of you might have their debut song totally mixed up. We're discussing Girls' Generation. Hey, love from Kansas City. Hey! So, let me give you the statistics of their discography because we do that every time. They've had 8 studio albums, despite the fact that you have heard a slew of songs by them. They've had 8 studio albums, 2 live albums, 2 compilations, 12 video albums, 43 music videos, 4 EPs, and 28 singles. So, yeah, a lot of people are like, I was never into them, unfortunately. That's because the majority of people stop right at the songs that are their leading singles, and we don't take the time to actually dive in and listen. I became a fan of them in 2012 because of the song The Boys, but when you go and you listen to some other things by them, they're like, oh, okay, they actually got some good songs. So I hope that through this experience, you at least hear some different songs that might give you a little bit of a different opinion about these women. And I can't call them girls. They are grown. Youngest member is 25. So let me give the disclaimer that I almost always give. In no shape, form, or fashion am I exerting myself as a professional in this industry. However, I do have a very solidly trained ear. I have worked in the American music industry, and to an extent, I do work in the South Korean music industry. So I have a lot of insight that I like to share. I can guarantee that when you participate in one of my live Periscopes, that you will never hear music the same way by the time it's all said and done. So if you are ready for this experience, slap them hearts right quick. It's true. Yes, you'll never hear these songs the same way. I think the only girl group I love is 21 because they were different than the girly bops. I'm convinced you'll hear some songs today that might make you go, But again, what's promoted and what was controversial for them for a moment in time was that they were, I bet I can quote your disclaimer by heart. I change it up a little bit from time to time. But the thing about them was initially they were kind of harped on because their songs didn't promote a lot of femininity. If anything, they promoted squelching down your personality and everything on behalf of making a man feel better. And then when the boys came out, they flipped it and really went with the girl power side. Saw your Vic's Periscope. It ain't been the same. Oh, thank you. So where we're starting, we're going to start in a little bit of a roundabout order. The first song that I'm going to share with you is called Kissing You. Kissing You came from the album Girls' Generation, their debut self-titled album that was released November 1st of 2007, and then they re-released it in 2008. I'm gonna fangirl for a sec. I love watching your Periscopes and love your videos and tweets. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So it came from that album, and I'm not so much approaching it for the vocals because it was very bubblegum, very teeny bopper, and if you know anything about me, you know I'm not very much fond of that. But it still had a very unique production style to it. One thing that is very good for these young ladies is that... I'm sorry, I had to make a face. I hate the way it sounds. I gotta pause it. I hate the way it sounds because it's teeny bopper. But the joy of the production of this and the delivery is the fact that it had rich harmonies. It's a retro sound. Yes, 70-ish disco. And at the time, we have to think about the availability of diversity in music. In 2007, they still weren't getting a heavy inundation of more not up to beat, but more relevant, more current Western music influence. So it has a retro sound. The harmonies are very, very nice. There's decent line disbursement. For you to have a group that has 9 women in it and everyone gets to get a chance to be able to deliver on something that's really, really good. And it's an opportunity for each of the individual women to show off their unique charms. During this Periscope, I'm going to be thinking about EXO singing their song in karaoke. Okay, that has little to do with this one, but all right. So let's go ahead and get through the struggle of the beginning of the song. But I want you to hear the harmonies as well as the way that each young lady who sings, there's a little bit of a change in the delivery and tone. It was getting audiences used to how these ladies sing. And again, like I said, what type of group is this? Production or delivery group? Every single group has a disbursement of production and delivery. So this particular song is about delivery, definitely not production. I hate 70s sound. I'm bigger on 80s music, especially synthesizers. So it's going to be a little bit distorted because obviously I'm using my computer speakers versus giving you surround sound as if this was a reaction video. It's not quite the same. So do your best. Okay. All right, here we go. Harmonies are good. It's very sugary sweet, but you gotta think about the time in Korean music. That's what they wanted to hear. someone called it. They said the background music. Yes, the background music is very retro. However, some of what you hear, it might sound like it's the keyboard or something. That's their harmonies. So a lot of people don't give Girls' Generation a lot of credit for the harmonies that they strike. They have very, very, very clear, excuse me, very clear pitch. And I'm not saying it just from what you're hearing from the music. I'm saying this from firsthand experience. When they came to the United States and they sang one of their songs a cappella, and they sound exactly like what they sound like right now. No matter how cutesy their songs, I can't help but sing and dance with them. It's really hard for me to get into Shania Today to the cutesy element. This was their early work. This was their early work. I need you all to have an open mind when you come into the Periscopes. More often than not, people tune into the Periscopes because it's their favorite groups. I chose to pick this group because most people don't fool with them. And the ones who do fool with them vehemently because they were able to grow from the teeny bopper sound to this. So give your ears and your mind an opportunity to be open to what I'm going to walk you through. I am fully aware that this is teeny bopper, and I have a very deep hatred for teeny bopper. I have a deep hatred for anything that like oozes emotion way too much. Like lovey-dovey, I can't. I would rather stab myself in the face with a spork. So go ahead and remember to look at Kissing You, and perhaps not the video. The video really will make you want to punch your laptop in the face. But listen to the harmonies of it. It is a very pretty song. Now we're going to go to the absolute most Korean female song anthem of them all, G. And the thing about G was not their debut song. A lot of people like to think that. That's not what it was. Their debut song was Into the World. So G had the G pants, you know, everyone who has all those very cute pants. I literally had on my G pants yesterday. They were really, really cute blue pants. But the song got so stuck into the mindset of South Korean teens and whatnot that this ultimately became the source of these young women becoming ambassadors of the K-pop sound. But I'm not picking the song for its lyrics. I'm picking the song for its instrumentation. So this is a production moment, and it's going to get stuck in your head because I made sure to pick the one that has the backing vocals. At the time, nothing sounded like this. Wonder Girls were on the scene, but nothing sounded like G. So here we go. And it's gonna get stuck in your head. I'm sorry, y'all. But the production is great. Listen to the synthesizers and the kit drum, and then it synthesizers again and the kit drum. Very simple. So the song doesn't really distort much from that pattern. If you acknowledge it, then that means you're feeding into it. For those of you who are new to my Periscopes, you will come to realize I don't pay attention to anything except what I'm talking about. So, the song pattern does not change at all. It stays very consistent. The tempo is very consistent, very catchy, makes you want to move a little bit. The video is what makes you want to do the choreography. But that's a great production moment for them. G was a knockout for them, and one of the producers who was on that also had production assistance with I Got a Boy. So you can't excuse me, just assumed that all of their music was going to stay teeny bopper. The young ladies were getting older and the music needed to diversify as well. So the production team that worked on their early hit also had a hand in their 2013 January hit. But we're not there just yet. Where we're going next is another one of their songs that has a teeny bopper sound to it, but it's still very iconic. And a lot of people don't know the title of it. They think it's one thing, but it's another. The title of it is Tell Me Your Wish. But for those of us who have heard it before, of course, we know it as Genie. So G and Tell Me Your Wish were bonus tracks on the O album. All right, enjoy your grocery shopping. Hello there. So it was on the re-release of the O album. One thing that happens a lot with Girls' Generation is they do re-release their albums. So, excuse me. Yup, excuse me. So these were the two bonus tracks, G and Tell Me Your Wish. And Genie has more than one version to it. There's one that's strictly the album version, and there's one that's like the live performance version. Have you seen classical musicians react to K-pop? Their feedback reminds me of Periscope. I have not. I don't watch a lot of reactions now that I'm coming out of the game, so I have not. But I am aware of it, and I'm sure that they get really, really, deep and detailed. So let me go ahead and pull it up now. Genie. So I'm not going to pull up the video because then I'm going to get totally distracted. The harmonies were pretty good on this. Vocal distribution wasn't as solid. So this is more so for production. The delivery magic of this song is the chorus. Because be it that they came out in 2007 and bubblegum pop and teeny bopper was the thing, these women had to elevate their voices a lot. This was the first time that you really heard that some of them have deep voices. In fact, the majority of the women in the group have voices similar to mine when they're speaking. There is a comedic sketch that you can find on YouTube when they were on GAG concert and they're doing one of their songs and then the volume of the music steps out and their voice is as deep as mine. So this was the first time that you got to hear them do could I'm not having that deep tone versus it was awesome in terms of delivery. We will not get to that until it hits the chorus, but I am going to let the song ride so you can at least hear the production and then hear those diverse vocals during the chorus. And I am burning to death. I'm nostalgic because I love Genie. This is one of the toughest choreography. Yay! Jessica. A lot of things where people think it's one person singing, it's actually two or three of them. All right, here's the chorus. Oh no. That's not gonna work. You hear how distorted it was? No, we have to pull up the video. Dag nabbit. I was trying to avoid it, y'all. I really was. Oh, God. Now you can hear it the way it's supposed to be. This choreo is a beast. Listen to these vocals. It's a bop. I'm sorry. It's a bop. This song is so classic. I prefer this more than I do over G because the lyrics, when you go and look them up, for those who can't, speak Hangul, when you look it up, the lyrics are showing that they're developing in their femininity and their confidence. It's very empowering. But the sass of the choreography, and these women literally were getting their kicks measured from the dance floor up to make sure they were all kicking at the same leg. Oh, you know how I am about dance, and we know that the choreography great moment things will start in May, so the choreo was a beast. This will definitely be referenced at some point. But hearing the huskiness of those women's voices and the confidence of the delivery. The song is a little sassy, it's electro pop, but the chorus is just, it's just everything. One more time for the chorus, and yes, I was jamming, I'm sorry. I adore that chorus. All right. I mean, how much do you have to focus to have somebody come in your choreography and measure? Sing, ladies. Oh, I have such good memories associated with that. Oh, music is so empowering and so magical how it can just conjure up all of that. I have so many positive memories of my first year as a K-pop fan. Just listening to that, it just all came rushing back. Oh my gosh, so fast. But yes, the harmonies are amazeballs. That's the end of the teeny bopper with them and us. Let's get into when things started to evolve for them. There is a song that the ladies came out with that had live instrumentation. It was a very dramatic vibe, and the harmonies were really good on it as well. The name of the song is Top Secret, and it's really good. Top Secret was on The Boys. And The Boys came out in 2011. It came out in October, but they recorded all of it between July and September. So they were doing this through midsummer, early fall. So Top Secret was a song that none of the girls had any contribution to. They really ultimately don't at this point. It's a little bit later in their albums and discography where they started to have a little bit more of a contribution. But they're very trustworthy of their writers and their producers and whatnot. So it doesn't sound like anything you might have heard from them before. That's the part that makes it most exciting, because everyone likes to pigeonhole them and say, oh God, I don't want the sound that they have and whatnot. I'm not a fan of that. This song actually sounds pretty cool. So let me pull it up for you. I keep coughing. It's time for me to take my allergy medicine. So very dramatic, but it's almost all of it is live instrumentation. I'm gonna listen as I drive. This is when vocal disbursement got a little bit different. They started pushing the stronger vocals to the front of songs. Yes, definitely big band, a lot of brass. At first, when I heard this track, I didn't approve of it, but after many sessions of it, I loved it. Yay! So yes, Top Secret is the song, and I'm not going to play the entirety of it. I keep picking these really bad videos that are not doing the vocals justice, but that chorus is a win. One of my favorite songs, which happens to be featured on 2 of their albums. That's how much they loved it. It's called Talk Talk. Talk Talk initially appears on, let me remember the album, hold up. Talk Talk initially appears on I Got a Boy, and then they went and re-released it again on Lionheart. This gave me the feels when I first heard Chocolate Love, kind of jazzy with a sort of playful feel. Absolutely. So let me pull up Talk Talk for you, and I would not be shocked if I hit T and yep, my computer immediately was like, Talk Talk, that's what you want? You want Talk Talk? So Talk Talk is so good. It's on 2 albums. It's a very modern song. Compared to everything we've heard, I've sonically taken you from teeny bopper to bubblegum pop to electro pop, which was Genie. And then Top Secret was live instrumentation, big band, brassy. This is going to sound more like the things that you would hear now. If anything, it'll sound slightly dated just because production quality has changed from now until then, which is interesting because that was literally what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 3.5 years, how fast things can change. The ladies sound grown the entirety of this album, and I really respect that. It was a full move to show their new sound. So let me pull up Talk Talk. Woo. It even come on sassy. Hear the rain. Sexy sounding already. Yes, they sound grown. This song is called Talk Talk. Pause it. See? Hey, how'd I miss this banger of a song? Everybody missed it because everybody likes to look at just the lead singles and turn their nose. The lyrics seem clear as you go through the years. I mean, their voices are given more space. One of my favorite songs from them, To Be Heard. It definitely gives them more space. Their voices are at least 2 octaves deeper in this in their first song. Hold up, I love this song now. I told you all would be having changes. This song, Talk Talk, had great production and great delivery. Somebody already called it. Vocal transition from one member to the next is impeccable. Absolutely. Particularly the part that I was singing along with. That's 2 different members layering over each other, and it sounds so good. That's dope. And then the production of the song left it very airy, very open, a lot of space, a slower tempo. I believe this is at a tempo of maybe like 98, 99, perhaps 100 for the beat. But it's very open, and it gives them a lot of time to really articulate their lyrics and to not overexert their vocals. You spend years and years trying to make your voice sound higher. Eventually it does strip you. Case in point, my voice. I had to spend a lot of time trying to speak higher so that I didn't sound like this all the time, because that's kind of scary to people. So trying to lighten up my voice in turn has made permanent changes to my voice. Their profession is their voice. So they are finally getting into a space where they can embrace those lower tones, which is why to people who don't really keep up with Girls' Generation, when they came out with Catch Me If You Can, which we won't be looking at, there wasn't too much great about that, except it's just fun. When people started listening to that, they're like, where do these deep voices come from? They sick when they made this? Not in the least bit. They've waited years to be able to show those vocals off. So again, that song is called Talk Talk. It is on 2 of their albums. It's on I Got a Boy and Lionheart, because it was that much of a jam where they reissued it. Excuse me. All right. Express 999 is another song from one of the albums that's really good. Express 99 is from I Got a Boy. I Got a Boy came out January 1st, 2013. That is one of the few albums that I actually know the time it came out and everything, because I had only been a fan of K-pop as of October 1st, 2012. So I was keeping up with everything. And I'm like, oh my God, they're releasing a song on New Year's. This is so exciting. These are the girls that say, boys, bring that girl down, or whatever the lyrics was. I didn't know. Even though it was in English, I didn't find that out until much, much later. But yeah, and I can't sing the boys in Korean at all. I can only sing the English version. But the song Express 999 is what I'm going to pull up now. And what makes that a fun one is it's the verses. The verse to chorus transition is cool. The production is nice, but it's the way the song switches up from an aggressive in your face kind of delivery to all these harmonies and vocals. I might not completely change your mind about Girls' Generation, but at least I'm giving you some different songs to consider when you think about these ladies. All right, let's see. I'll pull this one up. I Got a Boy was a very heavy Euro pop, electro pop album anyway. Alright, we're getting ready to go into the chorus. Horn. So it's almost as if they're giving an ode to their old style. It goes back to how it was. I love the transition of that because I Got a Boy was the album that they played the most with insane transitions. Case in point, the next song we're going into is the album title, I Got a Boy. The song was long. Lord have mercy, the song was long, and if you've ever gone to K-pop skate night when my company hosts it, and the song comes on, it's like 48 of us out there dancing it, and everybody looked like they need a bottle of water. It's such a fun song because it's got so much going on. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. I Got a Boy has Euro pop, it has bubblegum with lyric delivery, it's got misheard song lyrics. I will not be doing a song parody of it because I've done it before when I did a reaction. It sounds like to say, I got a boy on my chin, I got a boy chicken, I got a boy handsome boy, name him Dog, I'm joking. So I will not be doing a song parody of it. But it's 5 minutes of really, really good music. I miss Here Comes Trouble. They should have never let her leave. Anywho. The choreography is insane. That has nothing to do with production or delivery. But whatever, I just had to put it out there. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm not pulling up the video. No. Don't pick the live version because you're going to lose your marbles. You just stop. Y'all have to accept what's about to happen. I'm going to be dancing. Hey, yo, Gigi! Did you see what's going on Berkeley? Transition. Another transition. Another transition. We haven't even been in the song long. We've been in the song for over a minute and a half, and it's been 5 transitions. Vocal transition. And that's, I'm gonna pause it. We Run the World Girls, that's exactly what influenced this. When they were getting a lot of controversy and a lot of overseas ridicule about the lack of empowerment in their delivery and whatnot, they came out with The Boys. And we're going to talk about that next. Yeah, I done danced myself into a sweat. And yes, I have heard what's going on with Berkeley. Nobody pays attention to Ann Coulter. Excuse me. They decided they were going to come out with this to continue forth with trying to show a sense of empowerment. And it's definitely had a Girls Run the World vibe to it. Not to emulate it. There's no way anybody ever could. But they did their own version of it, which is why there's a lot of differences in vocal delivery and a lot of musical transitions. We're only 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the song, and I'm going to sweat bullets if I keep playing it. So you'll have to listen to it on your own time. Preferably the music video version of it so that you can see the transitions in their presentation as well. They go from hip hop to cutesy wootsy to dramatic and everything in between. It was very, very fun. It was just a fun song. Now we're going to go back one album and we're going to go to The Boys. But I'm not going to play the one with the lyrics because I'm going to just lose my mind. What I'm going to do is play the instrumental for you so that you can hear the production of it and just how fantastic it was. For those who are unaware, The Boys came out in October of 2011, and the title song, The Boys, is really, really cool because it was produced by Teddy Riley. Now, if you know anything about American music or you know anything about music from the 80s and early 90s, almost anybody who was on the radio in the late 80s, early 90s had Teddy Riley's hand in their music. He's a phenomenal producer. He's a phenomenal man. And this was his attempt to further expound upon his craft in Korean music. This wasn't his first attempt either because he actually had a Korean girl group at one point. So, and you can go digging around for that. Like I'm not doing a Periscope on them, but you can dig around to see who his girl group was when Teddy Riley had a label in South Korea. So yes. Looking at The Boys, there's 2 versions of it. It's the one that's in Korean with the lyrics written by a Korean, and then it's the one that's in English, the one that I ended up learning, that was written by both Teddy Riley and Tiffany, who is a member of the group. We're not looking at the lyrics, because when you do, the lyrics is really cheesy, to be 100% honest. What we're looking at is the music. The production is insane. So you have Dom, Richard Garcia, Taesung Kim, and Teddy Riley as the producers of it. And it sounds slightly techno, definitely pop, definitely mainstream. Where is it? Yeah, I'll play the backing vocals maybe. Let me see how it's... I'm sorry, I just had a fangirl moment. Them harmonies. Bring the boys out. Okay, now that we have had that moment, let me play it without anybody on it so that you can hear it. But the things that you can hear is that, yeah, that's a synthesizer. He lives for synths. I'm such a Teddy Riley production fan. It's ridiculous. He does a lot of layering electronic noises, things that don't necessarily make sense. The TRX, no idea to this day I'm assuming it's Teddy Riley, but I don't know what the X is for. Listen to these sounds. For anybody who listens to Michael Jackson, and it'd be ridiculous if you never have, those sounds that you're hearing should sound slightly familiar because they're similar to the sounds from the song Jam. This is like their Britney Spears song almost. But this, some of the same sample noises from the song Jam. I know what's going on my dance workout playlist. The song doesn't change much. There's very minimal transition. Not to say that there isn't any. I'm trying to click to one of them particularly. This is one. Backing synth to show that there's a transition. Let me fast forward. There's one other major transition. It's when the girls are, oh God, if you were having a moment about BTS being able to hear their feet when they were doing Not Today, when these girls started stomping around in them heels and you could hear it and the precision of their choreography, I wanted to pull every hair out of my follicles. There's a part where you can hear the young ladies stomping and then they drop down and say, "Girls, bring the boys out," and the beat drops and changes a little bit. That's the most dynamic transition in the song, in the production. Okay, we're coming up on it. You know you listen to a song too much when you know what a transition is without music. Without the lyrics. Oh, I love it. Now, me fast forward, it's going to transition again. In fact, let me go to the one that had the lyrics on it, the instrumental that had the lyrics. Let me transition so you can hear that. Boys out. Holy! You know the girls bring the boys out. Girls bring the boys out. I wanna rock right now. Sorry. Definitely scream still. I can relate to that. Fast forward again. Oh, they don't put the harmony on here. That's not going to do it justice. Hold on. In order for you to get the full effect of the one moment where the harmonies was just sickening, I have to pull up the actual song. I'm going to pull up the English version just for all intents and purposes to make this easy. You're going to hear a layer over of vocals. Oh, I stopped it right when it was down on the floor. I'm sorry. Definitely Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation sounds. Very much so. He uses a lot of his late 80s, early 90s samples whenever he can. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're going to fast forward to when they start hitting them insane notes. Listen to the harmonies and the music. Goosebumps, y'all. Them heifers sang on my freaking cheeks is flushing. I don't care how you feel about Girls' Generation. There's no denying that them girls slugged that part of this song out. Where have I been to not notice this greatness? Not paying attention to girl groups? That's what. They slug those vocals out. And I literally, as many times as I've listened to this song, I get goosebumps every single time. With the transitions of the music where you can hear it sounding like it's loading up while the vocals are building up. One more time and then we can move on to the next song. Oh.
It's so hot, girls' generation, we won't stop. But bring the boys out.
Go again.
Girls, bring the boys out. 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 Girls' generation, they can feel the heat, and we're doing what we can.
I'm having a feel attack. This was my very first K-pop song. I'm all in my feels right now. Oh my God, the vocals, y'all. I can't. Okay, moving on. Oh, they slug it out the park like it was nothing. Okay, the final song that we will look at is Lionheart. Lionheart might not have impressed a lot of you, and that's okay. The production of it is very classic. They did a retro theme for the promotion of this, and then they went back to their classic vocal sound. Those very, very airy, open, soft vocal deliveries. I'm not a huge fan of the song, but I do acknowledge it as being very, very fabulous, especially the B section of it where they're going ba 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 ba, the little just, oh, it's so cute. So we're gonna struggle, we're gonna get through the first portion of the song. Remember, I don't like bubblegum, so we're going to get through the first portion of the song, and then I'm going to fast forward it to the part that I'm particularly talking about, where you can hear the loveliness of their harmonies. These young women very much know how to compliment each other in their delivery. Yeah, they're just very charismatic. Lord, the struggle. Yeah, it was a struggle for a second. So you already hear the retro of it.
Ooh, 너와 나 처음 만났을 때 마치 사자처럼 맴돌다 기회를 노려 내 맘 뺏은 너.
It's a cute song, but they're back to those higher vocals. It is deeper than when they were younger, but high vocals nonetheless. When you've heard the song, but you still not ready. Okay, we made it through that. Let's get to the part that sounds nice. That sounds nice as well. It's very pretty, but they sound so pretty. Care what you say about these women, their vocals are impeccable, and I've heard them sound just like that in real life, not just recording. I have watched these women stand on stage with microphones looking at each other without any veins bulging and just slay the mess out of something. It's just beautiful. So let's rewind it one more time. One, so I can get out of my feels, because I just think it's so enjoyable. My first time listening to it, I love it. It's beautiful sounding. It's just not my lane. A lot of showing off, like somebody said. How you find 9 women who can hit the same note after coming out of harmonies like that? That's just wonderful. And that is Girls' Generation. They are a phenomenal, legendary 10 years in the game group, and they've only lost 1 member in the process. As a bonus, although we were focusing on the group as a whole, I would be remiss if I ignore this song. So let me go ahead and pull it up. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 months ago, Shania Twain's Taeyong came out with I Got Love, and she came for everybody, okay? The production of it is open and bassy, and not bass by like heavy thumping of a guitar. It's the drum, the 808 that they use in it. It's sassy. Her delivery is sassy. Oh my God. So we do have to acknowledge it. Her vocals are sultry. The music is just, the video is, so we have to acknowledge it before we get off of here. The song again is called I Got Love. It came out 2 months ago, and I don't speak about it very often. More often than not, people will have anticipated a reaction from me, but I adore this song. Her range is just stupid. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull up Taeyeon, I Got Love. It's such a perfect song for her. It's perfect for her. Just, I haven't heard it yet. Was too scared of her vocals. Oh, be ready. Who is this? He fine as hell. I'm sorry. It's a sample for a drama, My Secret Romance. He fine. Who is it? Okay, I done got distracted. I'm sorry. I don't watch dramas a lot, y'all. Sorry, that just caught me. Listen to this. I'm sorry. I gotta start it over. I'm sorry, y'all. This is absolutely why I did not react to this song. Oh my God. The music that I'm aiming to make right now for this next project falls into what she did. So when it came out, I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the right track. Like, ugh. Okay, all right. Y'all just gonna have to accept the stank faces I make. This song just is sassy from start to finish. I live for organs and 80 synthesizers. Ah! Drop the bass. Ain't much going on with the music. It's all her. And then it gets wide and airy. This song is hot. Kick drum. Back to the organ. It's actually a finger pad that they're playing. Open it back up again. New Orleans bar music type of music. Yes! This song is a jam. We're almost at the end of it.
Close
then it just end on you. This song is a bop with a capital P at the end. She kills it. The ending of it, the harmonies, Wait, Trust It, Want Hey You, Cause I Got Love. Just that one segment of her interspersing English and Hangul together, just showing the interconnectivity of no matter what language it is, bitch, I came to slay. I cannot with this song. I have to rewind that part just for the sake of what the harmonies sound like. And in the video, when you go and watch it, when I tell you she just standing in an all black room looking fly, like, let these lyrics hit you in the face. This is a phenomenal solo for her. That's sassy. There was no way I could talk about Girls' Generation and not acknowledge that song. She went slap, crackle, nothing, pop all up on that song. The instrumental of this is wonderful, but it's hard to find some that don't have the awkwardness of the backing vocals. I would like a pure, clean cut of it so badly because I like to dissect it. Obviously, you all know that from watching the Periscope of me dissecting Lie, which is just the bee's knees in my life right now. With that, I know I just slayed all y'all smirk. Yes, she did end it that way. Just got back from Patience. Have we passed You Think? I didn't acknowledge You Think. I didn't feel like it was a solid production moment for them. But I did look at I Got Love. I don't know what the higher instrument is, but it hit me deep, which had me shook. See, I don't know what the higher instrument is. Is it the that? Because that's a guitar. It's an electric guitar. And that is my most favorite instrument in the world, the guitar. I don't care if it's electric or acoustic, or if it's acoustic electric. It is one of the few instruments that you can make cry and personify emotion that only a vocal delivery could. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have spent an hour with me talking about SNSD. And I hope you learned a little bit about these women and will at least give them a second glance, perhaps a third. I cannot force you which of their cutesy songs is a guilty pleasure for you. Jeannie. I mean, not G, but Jeannie. G gets stuck in my head and agitates me half to death, but Jeannie is just something about it. But again, I cannot make you fall in love with girl groups, but I can definitely expose you to a different way of approaching them and realizing that they are a strong contributing force to the expansion of the Hallyu wave. And these women, along with Wonder Girls, spearheaded quite a bit of it. So that's it for this evening. I will probably be, more than likely, this Saturday, I will do my final live stream before my birthday, my retirement. Wow. It doesn't mean I'm done reacting completely. It just won't be stuff uploaded to YouTube. I haven't decided if I'm going to completely take the playlist down or if I'm going to make it private or what I'm going to do with it. But I've been doing this for 3 years. So to step away, it's bittersweet. It's exciting because that means there's new content I can bring to y'all, but it doesn't make it any less sad for me. So we'll be looking at you all requests in the 11 o'clock hour. And in the 10 o'clock hour, we'll be watching some of my favorite MV reactions throughout the years that I've done. So some of them I have not watched in years. So it'll be very exciting to see that. So thank you all so much. If you have any questions or anything, make sure to hit me up on Twitter. Thank you all very, very much. Bye, y'all.